Tim Wassel, and Chris Rich. Tim is the goalkeeper coach at Penn State University. He's the head coach of Penn State Altoona. He has advanced national goalkeeper's license, advanced national license, and United Soccer coach instructor. He's an instructor for our program now. Chris Rich is the goalkeeper coach at Duke University. He has the advanced national goalkeeping license, USSFB license, and United Soccer coach instructor. They'll be helping us out with my shortcoming, which is goalkeeping, for a couple of different reasons. But training concepts for college goalkeepers. Can we please bring them up with a round of applause, please?
Yeah, soccer coaches, all that.
Welcome. Again, as the gentleman just introduced, my name is Chris Rich. This is Tim Wassel. I'm the goalkeeper coach, assistant coach at Duke. Tim's the assistant coach and goalkeeper coach at Penn State. Okay. First and foremost, we want to thank United Soccer coaches and Lisa Cole for asking us for the task of putting together a goalkeeper session for you guys. The idea that this is intended for college goalkeeping. Okay. So obviously, it's a tiny space. So, in our opinion, this would open up a lot more for the college level, for high-level college goalkeeping, to add a distribution element, balls in behind, that kind of element. But for today, we put together a session that's essentially a technical standpoint and a shot-stopping standpoint. Okay, so we have 3 or 4 progressions within each stage. And we have the slides up here on the screen. Tim's going to run through a stage. I'll take over a stage, and we'll kind of work off each other from there. During the session, feel free to take any notes that you guys want, but we'll have our information on the last slide. If you guys want to email us, ask us questions, ask us for the slides, we're more than happy to share that with you guys. Okay? Enjoy. Hopefully, you guys enjoy a little bit of goalkeeping here. And the last thing I want to say before we start is the big thanks to these guys from Wesley College to join us for our session. Okay, thanks guys.
So we've walked through a little bit of these exercises with these guys, and I'll just go through a little bit of, it's just going to be a bit of activation. We know that in the modern game, especially in college goalkeeping, we're asking our goalkeepers to be really, really competent with their feet. So these are a couple progressions to add a decision-making element, and an element that as we start to build the session is going to go back. These are the building blocks of how we're going to have success. So like I said, I walked these guys through what it's going to look like. I'm going to play a ball in. Kay is going to just go ahead and come around this space here. Whichever space he comes out of, he's going to play the opposite side. Now these guys are going to either work on the outside or the inside of the coaching sticks. So now we're going to be looking at what's his prep touch going to look like based on where he's going to be playing into. Just some activation, getting the minds right here. They're going to go 2 times out each side, and then go ahead and rotate. So if you just pop behind Kay. Yeah, and we're good. Good. And there we have the first fall of the day. Perfect. Yep, and you play me. Good. Yep. So obviously for these wide guys, we're also asking them if we're incorporating goalkeepers into it to receive like a goalkeeper. Yeah, and next ball, we're good. Yeah. A little bit sharper with the movements through there, boys. And good, and let's just talk about a little detail here. So what we want to talk about is being able to play over distance. So if I'm receiving this ball here, and you know you're going to play there, right? We also want to make sure that we don't make it really easy for the other team to know where we're going to play, right? And we also want to make it easy that if we then make a read that maybe we can't play underneath and we got to go bigger, you have that ability to step into it, right? So let's make sure we move this ball with our first touch. Let's make sure we get it out of our feet, okay? So a little bit right now, we're kind of receiving in here. It's coming in this space, and we can only really play there. Have the ability with our first touch to play anywhere across the field. Ball out of our feet. Yep, play. Yep. Out in front of that plant foot. Nice and active for you guys. Yep, and scan early. Can you see where they're going to receive? So now can we make these movements out of the wide space a bit more dynamic? Good, a little bit more dynamic. Pop out of those spaces, right? So here's what we're looking for out of the wide space. As this ball's traveling in, right, we're going to ask these guys to process information very quickly, right? So as that ball's coming in, I really want to see, can you show in here or can we show in here? Help them have success as the elements start to get faster and we progress the session. Yeah. There you go. That's the first touch we're looking for. Play his front foot, right? If we want him to get into space, we're going to play his front foot. So think about what foot you're playing into, right? Think about the weight of the pass that you're going to play. Pretty good first touch. Yeah. Out in front. Good. And let's change here and in there. So let's also make sure that when we're at doing this, that we don't just immediately look at this guy here, right? It becomes incredibly easy for a defense to read if we just stare at this guy, right? It's like a quarterback. If he drops back and stares at one wide receiver, right? Let's really kind of open up the field, have an idea of what's going on around us, and how the entire team would be defended. Let's not get too stuck in the exercise. Yeah, play. Out in front of your feet. That's better moving out of there. And it's already sharper. Well done. I like it. Yeah, out of your feet. A vertical touch so we can play 5 yards or we can play 50 yards. Good. Yeah. Good. Receive like a goalkeeper. And now you guys can think about the quality of your first touch as well, right? Good. Nice and sharp out of your feet. Go. One more touch here. And good. Yeah. Yep, take two, take two, take two. I really want us to focus on the quality of the first touch. And good. Go ahead and switch inside out. Switch inside out again. So now we're going to build it. And we're going to ask these guys to scan a little bit more proactively. So the picture we're painting now that's going to progress into the session is, let's say a center back or an outside back has been turned. We've recognized pressure is in this space, and we want to go ahead and open the game up and go ahead and change the point of attack. So these guys are going to be working in here. I can play to either side, and as soon as I play to either side, they're going to drop out in here, make sure they scan in here, and take the picture of what they see, take an appropriate prep touch, right? Now that we know, out of our feet, be able to play that higher target if we need, and then they're going to play it into these guys' feet. Good, so I can go out either side here, right? You guys will receive and play. You can come a little bit higher, right? Just to create that right angle for them. And the guy that's, so you're working first, guy? Yeah, perfect. Good. Yeah, go a little wider, guys. Just a little wider. Good. Yeah, play. Good. Scan early. So it's important, if you're receiving this ball, how do you help him? You call for his name. So that's the audio piece, right? What else does he need? Does he probably have pressure if he's playing you? Okay. So we need both a verbal and we need nonverbal, right? So what picture are we presenting? What did we talk about? What do we know that's on? What picture are we simulating? Opposite sides. So now, how would you help him? Right? Maybe change your angle a little bit. It would be dependent on some things. It's kind of manufactured a little bit right now. What would determine where your supporting angle would be? How much pressure does he have on him? Sure. What else? Which way he's playing the ball? Maybe the pressure in here, right? Because now if there's only pressure out here, now I can probably open up a little bit bigger, can't I? Right? And so we also know if he is under pressure, how do we help him? Because if he's under pressure, where's his head probably? Down, right? If you just say something, right? Or go like this, can he see you? Right? How do you make it easier for him? right? So put your head down. Can you see this or this? Can you see that? Put your head up a little bit more, right? Can you see in there? Right? Let's make it easy. Let's get in here. Let's make sure we've got both the verbal and the nonverbal of where we want this ball, okay? Think about the picture we're trying to present. How are we going to find little details that will help us have success? Just play. Yes, better. Yep, and just get that touch out of your feet now, right? I'll just play here. Good? Yep, let's think about the quality of your touch too. So coaches in the room, it's important, I think, if we go ahead, we good? Yep, play. That we go ahead and make exercises where these guys as servers can still act as goalkeepers and make this really functional for them. Yep, just go ahead and change. It's fine. Yep. Good. So receive like a goalkeeper. Play his front foot because he's got to open up. Yeah, and get it out of your feet. So a couple of the things that we would talk about as coaches here, yes, it's better, is maybe we would have them come into these spaces and look at what it would look like if they were the attacker, right? What does this picture look like? Because I would tell you what I would say to them right now is that it's pretty easy for me to read where they're playing into, right? And obviously this would be determined with a lot of different variables of how's the pressure and all of those pieces. Good. Yep, get that touch across your body. Yep. Good. Yep, and it's constantly supporting and adjusting now and thinking about where do they want to play and what do they need to do to make sure they have success to play into that space. Yep. Lost his shoe. Good. At the other side. Yep, go ahead and get yourself higher. Good. Let's get 2 good ones here to finish off on. Think about the details that are going to help you have success. Yeah. Probably open yourself up a little bit more. Yes, better body shape. Good. Yep, and play that front foot ball, right? Yes. Good. Verbal, nonverbal. Good. And everybody give them a little bit of a hand for their progression through that. Chris is going to take us into the next pattern.
Yeah, if we go to the next slide, please. Perfect. So as you saw with Tim, that was a bit of activation, playing the ball around, so there's certainly a technical standpoint with their footwork. About, give or take, 82, 83% of the game is with their feet. So our sessions for goalkeepers certainly have to replicate that, okay? So you'll see throughout this session, a good piece of it, a good amount of this session is the goalkeeper playing with his feet. Tim added a bit of activation, and then as we progress, playing the ball around. And as he mentioned, the servers require quality as well. When the ball broke down, when the play broke down, it was typically a technical standpoint or potentially a lack of focus as well. So for me, for us, we need to make sure our goalkeepers are in tune at this element. It's not just, okay, we start paying attention when the handling begins. It's right from the get-go, okay? So we have a little gate here. Goalkeeper starts slightly deep within the gate. Good. On my go, I'm going to play you a ball, right? Okay? You play me a ball, 2 touches directly back to me. After you play the ball, you readjust, get back, recover a little bit on a drop step. We'll coach as we go. Get back on your ball line from a volley from my man here. Okay? Every time you're focused on setting clean, handling the ball clean, giving it back to him clean. Okay? That's stage 1. Okay? Then you come to me again. So you're going to do both sides. Come to me, 2 touch, then go out the other side. That's stage 1. Okay? As we go, we're going to add both sides, have a 2-ball exercise. Does that make sense? But every single time, whether with your feet or your handling, you're set to properly prepare for the ball. Good? All right, go. Come forward, sit up above the line. 2 touches, touch, back to me. Yep. So first off, why are you looking at me? What's the most important thing after you play me the ball? What's the next most important thing? Yeah, the ball. The ball. So your eyes are on my ball, right? 2 touches. Play it to me. Good. Eyes are on that ball. Makes sense? And maybe a quick glance over your shoulder to drop step, get back on ball line, and then you come forward again. Does that make sense? Why don't we go this side one more time? Ready? Go. 2 touches. Good. Good. Now, the one thing you want to look at, you're going to go again the other side, is after you handle this ball back to me, drop step. So your first step shouldn't come here. When you go this side, the first step should not come here. It's drop step, get back on your ball line as quickly as you can, okay? So it's a quick shuffle, probably requires a crossover here as quickly as you can, and then you get set, okay? But it can never be casual, okay? It can't be casual. And once we have the second ball, it's gonna be more or less a sprint, okay? Let's just go this side now. Go. 2 touches, get across. Good, and handle back. So the ball came from his hands, play it back to his hands. Yeah, next goalkeeper, yep. Yep. Okay, we're already now focused. You just saw him do it, what's going on? Back up a little bit, back up. Okay, start first off, there, good. When I say go, sit above the goal line. You're above your little gate here. 2 touches, good, off you go. So again, we're not going quick enough. It's too casual. Drop stuff as quickly as we can. Drop step as quickly as we can, okay? As we go, this is you.
Right? Just be really, really balanced.
Okay, we're training with the wrong mentality, right? So open up your hips, that right foot, drop step, get across as quickly as you can. Make sense? Let's go again. Go, this side again. Touch, get across. That's better. Good. Next side, go. Touch, good. Again, so when you drop step, come over with a little crossover, and then set. Make sense? Good. Go. See if we can get rhythm here. Good. Other side. Go. Nice little Cruyff there. Okay, next up. Go. Okay, so obviously with Tim, everything was with our feet right. Now it's breaking down. So I'm not even going to coach handling at this point. I'm just going to focus on my ability with my feet. So really honing in on that first touch, okay? So you come here. Go be the server for me. As you play me the ball, I set, touch, bang. A little better than that. Give me another ball, please. Touch, bang. I'm here as quickly as I can, okay? I'm here as quickly as I can. So really don't worry about the ball here. All I want you to do is focus on the first touch. Where are you going? You get to go again. Go. Touch. Better. Now go. Go. Ball back to him. Now go again, other side. Go. Touch. Good. Other side. Okay. Make sure you're set. And the ball is to our left. Requires what? Yeah, you gotta move your feet a little bit. If you can't move your feet quick enough, what do you have to do? You gotta dive. I don't want you to stay on your feet, reach with one hand, tip it on the bar or the post. Now we'll deal with that. Rotate in, 2 out, please. Okay? You guys already know what we're doing, right? All right, ready, go. Set, good. Touch, bang, well done. Good. Go. Don't get lost in there.
Obviously, in the design of this session, what we're looking for is to add that distribution element, but then try to make sure that we add in a functional movement they'd be making in a game, right? So can you add a distribution piece into a handling activation warm-up?
Go. Good, well done. So again, we talk about ball line, right? Ball line's super important for us as goalkeepers. And if you've been to any of the other goalkeeper sessions, that's been a main point, okay? Being on your ball line, make sure you're properly positioned. So as I come off, I'm gonna quickly recover deep first, right? Recover deep first, make sure I'm on the ball line. The ball line is what? Yeah, center of the goal, out to the ball. Then I come forward, I set slightly or even with the post, okay? Because imagine there's a little angle arc. It's a little angle arc. That's good 3 yards or so off the line, okay? So making sure you're always on ball line, so it does require a little peek, okay? Let's go one more for each of you, and then we'll move on. Yeah, off we go. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, first off, you make sure we connect the pass, and we don't need a corner there. Just jump, little catch, nice and easy. Yep, go. Well done. Look at the ball next. Well done, good handling, but look at the ball right away. Yep.
So again, goalkeepers, can we look for those verbal, nonverbal cues when we're receiving from Chris, right? Let's make sure that we continue to build on the building blocks.
Well, eyes on the ball. Eyes on the ball first. So again, make sure your eyes on the ball first. Recover, drop, step, but can you peek on the ball as much as possible? Okay, now, come behind here, please. Behind the mannequin, balls on me. Yep. Behind the mannequin, balls with me. Good. So now, it's the same idea, right? Same idea. As you can see on the screen, if you guys want to have a peek, ball's played into you, okay? Ball's played into you, okay? Take a touch. Just to progress what Tim was working on. As a field player, as a goalkeeper behind the mannequin, whatever side he comes on, play the ball in here, okay? Sorry. Let me back up there. Got it too far ahead of myself. Let's play the little goals right here. Don't worry about here, okay? The second ball, after you play a ball here, on the strong side, I'll play a ball in here, okay? I want him to take a touch inside and bend it waist high for a medium dive. Does that make sense? Okay, so I got a little ahead of myself there, so let's walk through that again. So I take a touch, so same thing, go. Now, your touch has to be directional, okay? So be a little deeper. Go, take a touch towards the small gate. Yep, well done. Very good. My second ball will come from me, okay? Take a touch inside, not that heavy, but more or less the same thing. So what I want you to do, Tim, if you could play me a ball. Yeah, ball's in here, touch here, and just nice little waist-high dive for the goalkeeper, okay? So obviously from the goalkeeping standpoint, what we want to do is make sure we stay on ball line. So ball is here, boom, a firm pass. Now we're back here because the ball is here. As the ball circulates, we circulate, touch in, we circulate again. Make sense? Cool. Let's see if we can do this. Ready? Go. Touch. Good. Yep. Touch. Nice little waist high. Go. Yep. Well done. Ball's here, so make sure you're in the ball line. Ball's here. Well done. Touch inside. Good. What did I say earlier? Yeah, you gotta dive, right? Move your feet if you can. If you can't move your feet quick enough, turn it into nice little claps, okay? Yep. Touch there. Good. Touch. Good. All right, let's do this. Have a stack of balls here. Behind the mannequin, please. Let's change this up slightly. Make sure your stack of balls is behind the mannequin. Okay, good. Grab that ball. Same idea, but now I'm not going to play your ball, okay? You take a touch on your own, make sure you get a rolling ball, and then pass it. That should be easier for you guys to put it waist high to the right or the left, okay? And again, visual cues, verbal and nonverbal cues, as Tim was mentioning. You should be telling me where you want it. If you're going to that target, what should you be doing? Yeah, give me a visual cue, give me a verbal cue, and also, what else? What about the tone of your voice? What does that tell us? The tone of your voice. Yeah, it creates urgency. The louder I am, maybe I'm under pressure, you need that ball quickly, okay? The softer you are, we have more time. Ready? Go. Good. Good. Get back and set. Ball's here. Good. Well done. Other side. The ball should go back to him, right? That's where the ball came from. Yep. Good. Out there. Good. All right. Let's move. Let's rotate here. 2 goalkeepers in, 2 goalkeepers out. We'll do a couple sets each, and then we'll let Tim run with it. Yep. Good. Take a heavier touch out. Take a heavier touch out. Okay. We talk about positioning. What did you do? What did you do once he took that touch in? What did you do with your body? And you went forward. Good. You started closing. Were you close enough where you can close? No. By closing, by coming here when the ball is at his feet, what can he do to you now? Yeah, bend it around you. So anytime he takes a touch in, okay, we saw this from another goalkeeper session the other day. Anytime he takes a touch in, inside, now, no, go back. Go behind the mannequin. Anytime he takes a touch inside, we got to recover a little bit and come deeper, actually. Only close if that touch is towards you and you can make up enough ground to get to the ball. Make sense? Okay, go to the side. Yep. Touch there. Good. Yep. Better with the footwork. Still a little deeper, okay? Other side. Again, the ball goes there. Make sure we're paying attention. Yep. Good. Touch there. Good. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Good. Good. And rotate, goalkeeper. Yep. Touch there. Good. Okay. Yep. Last ball here. Good. Good. And that's much better. So I would have you guys be slightly higher there, maybe a little too deep, but I love the principle. As the ball came inside, what's your name again? Kyle. Kyle, you came so far out, you left yourself so vulnerable over your head and around you, okay? More or less an average player can bend that ball around you, okay? So make sure we're aware of that. Cool? All right.
All the balls back here.
All right, Tim.
We're sort of slide all these balls up here, and now we're going to start to add in a decision-making element, right? So preparing them to make decisions under pressure, to have a bit of pattern recognition with what they're doing. These balls up here. And so what this will look like now, yeah, Chris, if you get those guys out, get those balls out of the goal and just slide them central, please.
9 here.
So now what it's going to look like, boys, is I'm going to be in this central space here. You guys are going to start at the 6. So one of the things that we talk about with receiving angles is recognizing that depth when we're receiving equals more time, right? And if a forward is there, right, and a pass back comes in, and I'm here, he's probably coming full tilt. And now my decision just becomes a lot harder. If I slide out a little bit more, forwards probably inherently are pretty lazy. Sorry, guys, right? Their head snapped when I said that, didn't it? Right, so let's make sure that we provide ourselves a little bit more time, a little bit better angles in here. So you're going to start at the 6, okay? You're going to start at the 6. As soon as I take a touch, you're going to drop out. At that point, I'm going to either give you a visual of my left hand or my right hand out, and then I'm going to say 1 or 2. 1 are these small goals, this round. Anybody that was at our session, right, we're finding an outside back probably, or maybe a wide center back if you're in a back 3. If it's 2, now we're looking to play on 2. Probably our wide player, midfielder, or winger, depending on system. So once that happens, we're going to find 1 or 2, whether it's left or right, and then you're going to transition back into here. And let's have a little bit more urgency and a little bit more sharpness with a focus on balance, right? So when I look at Chris's session, right, Chris's little bit that he just did, can we be more balanced from that? It's the one word I want you to think about after you play. Because once you come back into this space, now I'm going to play this ball into here. These guys can either take a touch inside or outside, okay? So let's just have you guys pop off that mannequin as soon as I take a touch, and then you can go ahead and take a touch. You guys are going to adjust based on their touch and what their options are. So it's critically important that as goalkeepers, we know what can the attacking player do. All set, so you're going to start where? Perfect. Good. 1. Where's his touch? Yep, you're back in. Yep, and now we're here. Yep, and we play. So what did you see when you took that touch here? Where was he, right? So go ahead to when you received, right? Where are you at? You took your touch inside, right? How did you adjust? Right in there, right? What do you see? What are your options right now? What ball did you hit? It's a great finish. Right, so if you're going to go there, what's the finish probably going to look like? More of a curve, right? He's looking for that kind of shaped bent ball in there. If you're going there, what are you going to do? Yeah, you're probably going to go power, right? So we've got to understand what his options are. What do you think about your vertical height right now? What's that? How much reaction time do you have right now? Were you able to move your feet? Okay. Take one step back. Right? How do you feel about it now? What do you think about that? Harder or easier? A little bit easier maybe, right? Where did your touch go? More there. So then when your touch was there, could you hit that ball as easily? It's a little harder finish, isn't it? Right? So now, what's more likely? Right? So now it's about reading that touch. So when his touch took him in here, and now we just basically concluded that your best option is through there, now what do you think about an adjustment perhaps? I think we can probably, let's go ahead and do it. We'll go live, okay? You're going to take the same exact touch, don't cheat. Okay. All right? Yep, you're going to be right in there, come just a step higher, right? And when he takes that touch in here, and I want you to hit that bent-shaped one. Don't completely cheat, okay? Right? Take that touch in there. We're live on his first touch, okay? Play. Not a bad strike. Does he have it covered? I think you have it covered, right? You feel pretty good about it. You even kind of pull out at the very end, right? So let's think about that piece, right? So it's important that we talk through with these goalkeepers about understanding options. Good. 2. So you're playing the higher one. Yep. So you weren't receiving the first ball, right? He's just playing beyond you. And then we're playing a second ball, right? So if you want to play the higher target, we talked about this. What do you think about the length of your first touch? It's got to be a little bit longer, right? Let's think about that if we're playing the higher target.
She's just receiving it, right?
Good.
Yeah, only from coach.
2.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. That's a better touch.
Good.
Now you're back in, right? Urgency to get back in. Yep. And there, it's a little bit tight. Good. And next goalkeeper in. So, Kay, when that first touch comes in and it's really tight to him, what can you do? What's that? Do you have time? Do you know exactly what's going to come out of that touch? So you probably just have to kind of be patient until the next one, right? You're just kind of reading when that touch gets really stuck in his feet, sit tight, right? Because you found yourself moving just a hair. Good. 1. Good. And focus on the transition now. Focus on the transition. Where's the next ball? Yep, play it. From that angle, where can he go? Grab that ball, big man. So he takes a touch, right? And it kind of bounces off the mannequin, right? It becomes a little bit tricky, right? So where was your spot right here? What do you see? Yep, he was a little here, wasn't he? Yep, so he's in there. And right, so we want to protect the near post, right? And we talk about that all the time. I think there's a little bit of an over-reliance on that, right? Make sure we protect this. But now, what do you think about his angle, right? Are there, what's that? He's going back post. Are there any defenders, right? It's a simulated picture, but is he probably going to hit that off of his first touch? Right? So he took that touch in here, right? He's eliminated the defender, right? And so now, vertically, where can you go? Up a little bit higher, right? So now, if you step up in there, right? Now, is that a bit harder? A lot harder, right? And now, even if he's going to go at the near post, you're just going to have to go pure power, right? And you really don't have anything, okay? So
Guys,
just trying to guide these guys. Go ahead.
So as with this session, as he goes, as you can see, the goalkeeper always has to make a decision, right?
Here we go. 2.
See, the number, the pass.
Yeah.
So he has to have the proper first touch, scan the field, listen a little bit, and then connect the pass.
What do you think about your ball line? What did you see? Yeah, he slid over quite a bit, right? Let's really focus. As soon as you play that ball, let's focus on the transition. Let's nail this one, okay? 1. Yep, transition. Find me, find me, find me. Much better. Good. Next goalkeeper in. We'll just go through a couple more reps here. 2, out of your feet. Move that ball with your first touch. Right, a little bit higher. Yeah. What do you read? Mind it. So his touch goes there, right? Where does your adjustment take you? Right? So you came inside a little bit, right? And you're worried about that one. When he struck, what were you doing? Were you set? Were you still moving? Right? So he takes that touch in here. Now we're in here, right? And now you start to come in here, and he just comes across your body. So going back to, guys, the building blocks of when we started, what Chris was doing, and I talked about balance being that number one word that we wanted to focus on. Let's really focus on, as we make small adjustments, remaining balance. So when that ball goes out here, everything's a bit smaller, right? My head remains really steady. There's no leans within my shoulders, right? And there's not going to be anything when I go to decelerate that's going to take me through a different space, right? So when I come in here, there's no leans that's going to take me through there like it just happened, right? I'm in there, and now I'm good, and I'm finding the rhythm. And that's a word I use a ton in my environment is rhythm, right? Find the rhythm for the goalkeeper. It's our last rep here. And again, guys, we're just trying to guide you through some things to look for in your environment. You're up at the 6, right? Good. Yeah. 1. Yep. Focus on your balance here. And good. So, Chris, we'll have you move on.
So one little point to make about this session, obviously as the goalkeeper, you guys have to be perfect, okay, with your passing. So listen, gentlemen, so if we want to talk about a trend in the modern game, goalkeepers are more involved, right? We're more involved with playing on the back. I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, goalkeepers weren't really required to do that. So this pass to maybe our right center back and our left center back, this pass into or through needs to be sharp. Needs to be really sharp, okay? So anytime you miss a pass to the left or right of that gate, that's a turnover. And now we're turning the ball over in the area. So you really got to be sharp in these areas. You got to prep your touch properly. And again, a lot of my coaching points have been more about your feet and your distribution than your handling, right? All right, great. So now let's do this. One goalkeeper in. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, come follow me, guys. My right foot at 1. Right foot at 1. He's left foot it. Okay. Come out here. Okay, let me have balls outside the mannequin there. Ball is the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper. Let me have my 2 center backs out here, 2 center backs out there.
What's that? Did you want to go to kind of have the right? Yeah, we can just go into a second ball though. Yeah.
We'll get first. We won't do that first, and then after. Okay, so essentially, ball starts with me, right? But leave a few balls in there. Leave a few balls in the goal. Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple of variations here of this session. Okay, so ball's played into the goalkeeper, out to the right center back. Okay, so you gotta check underneath, start high, then check underneath. So you gotta start high. Start high. Yeah, come here. Come underneath. Play into the right center back. Back, you're gonna play round to the left center back, so you're gonna drop underneath to receive the ball, okay? After you do that, ball is dead from you. I'll take a touch from me. I'll take a touch outside to the left of the mannequin or the right of the mannequin, and I'll take a shot on you, okay? Number 9, you no longer need it. Number 9, you no longer need it. Yep, thank you very much. There's gonna be a second ball variation, okay, from Tim, where he can hit it on a half volley, a volley, or off the floor. At first, we won't have this ball ready, okay? Just to progress a little bit, we'll start from here. Does that make sense? Okay, ball here, yep. Touch out. So we talked about visual, verbal. Hold on, 1 second, stop right there. We talked about verbal and nonverbal communication, right? So if I'm playing here and you want the ball there or there, tell me. Tell me, okay? So I'm here, yep. Good.
Scan.
Good. Take a touch.
Scan
Good.
to the other side now. Scan to the other side.
Don't drop so deep, guys. So I know the space isn't ideal, but don't drop much deeper than the mannequins. So start high, yeah, and then drop right where the mannequin is, like level with the mannequin. Does that make sense? Good. Go again. Yep.
Scan to the other side. Scan
Good.
to the other side. What do you see?
Good. Ball goes around.
Better.
Good. And we're here. Yep. Good. Okay. Ball to me now. Ball to me. Again. Again. Let's do 2. Yep. Touch. Good. Ball here. Sorry. Okay. Rotate now. Make sure when you go your 2 reps, you start first to your right, and then first to your left the next set. Does that make sense? Ball's here, yep. Again, verbal and nonverbal communication. And hold, and hold, hold. We're not getting anything from you from a personality standpoint. Balls are right center back. You haven't given any information. 0 urgency. We're in our defensive third, right? So we have to calculate our passes to perfection. Ball from our right center back to you. Demand the ball. Tell him where. A little bit of urgency. If you want the ball to go around, tell him to your left shoulder. Yeah, to my left, to my left. Ball's played into you. Then you're more prepped for your second pass. Okay? But right now, our goalkeepers, guys, have to have a little personality. Yep. Ready, ball on you? Yep. Good. Good. Better. Sorry, fix it, fix it. Yeah, ball here. Yep. Sorry. Okay, next goalkeeper.
Class
sorry, have
finish.
you gone to your left yet?
Class finish.
Yeah. Go here. Good. Yeah, come here. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's rotate again. Now, we're gonna add the second ball from Tim, okay? So there's gonna be a second ball, so the first ball comes from me. First ball comes from me, the second ball comes from Tim. I'm just gonna make these a little bit tighter, just to create maybe a little bit more distraction, and maybe, hopefully, a couple deflections.
So adding now another element of a moment that they might see in a match, right? A bit of urgency, maybe being a bit more sighted, a ball with a different trajectory. Some of those things that we add in that we see that are pretty prevalent in the modern game.
So now what I want you to do, I want you to start with the ball this time. Ball starts with the goalkeeper. Take a touch out, okay? Take a touch out. Play your right center back. Good. Play around. You're gonna receive it again. Play our left center back. Ball from me, right? I'll take a ball. I'll shoot on you. And then a second ball will come from a half volley or volley to change the trajectory. Does that make sense?
If you make that first save, let's find one of these counter goals off of a throw. Okay, let's find one of these counter goals. So let's talk about how we can transition out, and it's also gonna put him in a little bit of a unique spot where he might have to recover. So maybe it's a second ball, a ball that maybe he came out and boxed that maybe he has to deal with now. If the ball goes in the goal, let's go ahead and get up and respond in here. Let's kind of paint the picture maybe that it was blocked off the line and a second ball came out to me, okay?
And let's make sure we're sharp with the pass, right? Again, we gotta connect this pass. The ball to the right center back or left center back has to be perfect. Another cue, and you guys should help them out, defenders, is tell them where you want it as well. Okay, play their front foot so they can play forward. Okay? The only time you wouldn't play their front foot is if they're being pressured, right? If they're being pressured from higher. And if they are, most likely it's a ball into them and back, or probably a ball into beyond the defenders, right? So, but again, be sharper with your passes, okay? Ball starts with you. Off we go. Yeah, tell them where. Tell them where. Quickly, quickly. Good, ball to me. Good. Good.
You distribute out, and you're back in here. What can you see? Find it.
Okay. Other side, start with the other side. Yeah, remember, you start with the ball. How about this? The second guy in line, have a ball ready for him. How about that? Go on. Good. And freeze, and freeze. So after you play that ball, you have to move with the pass, right? So let me see the ball, please. Let me see the ball. Good. Back up a little bit. Back up. So after I play this ball, yep, I'm here. Yeah, ball, play my right. Come on, come on. Okay, let's try that again.
As soon as the ball comes in from Chris, right?
Yeah, ball here. Yep. Yeah, back to me, to my right. Good. I'm here. Yep. Come here. And then I'm here, okay? So I'm tuned in. Show that personality. Show that presence. Remember, you start with the ball, yeah? Good. Ask for it, son. Ask for it. Good. Yeah, ball here.
Yeah, you guys are in. You guys are in. Yep. So what did I tell you? What did I ask you to do? Off of my ball, what did I ask you to do? Right. So the little wrinkle that I just threw in was maybe a second ball. If we're painting a picture that a second ball is coming in, a lot of times in a goalkeeping environment in the college game, we have 2, 3, 4 goalkeepers. Add pressure with them, right? Maybe you incent them of it's worth 2 points if they score a goal, whoever can score the most points, right? Incent them to add this piece into it, right? So we'll just go into another rep.
Yep.
Right,
ball,
let's
ball
make sure we're bouncing off and you guys are adding pressure.
Why don't we change goalkeepers here? Change goalkeepers, ball your feet. Yeah, come on, let's go. Ball out. Ball out. Go on. We see the ball back. Good. Ball here now. Good. Next ball.
You guys are
next
in.
Ball. Next
Yes,
ball.
yes, next ball. Here.
Good, well done. It's live, it's live. Okay, good. So as you make the save, where should your eyes go next? To the ball, So first off, we played my ball, and to Tim's ball, you didn't play that second ball, right? After that, after you make the save, your eyes should only be on the next ball to get back on the ball line. If you can recover the ball, recover the ball. If you can't, set properly on the ball line and wait for the next moment, okay? It's all about being prepared for the next moment, okay?
So in the college environment, we know that they're going to have to process a lot of information, right? So we're trying to add in a lot of transitions where they really don't get to think. So in the match, when that moment is asked of them, they have the response and have the ability to find the solution, right? The other thing we would probably talk about is if he's going to parry, right, pushing it into a good area, right? And so we even kind of laid out this 6-yard box, and that's an area for us that we target and say, we want to make sure that any rebound stays outside the width of the 6, right? And push it into a good area so these attackers can't latch onto it.
Okay, Tim, we're on you.
Yep. We can just go into the next slide. So here's what I need. So I'll talk you guys through, based on time, what we're looking at here. So what we would look to maybe start with is an unopposed exercise, probably with just 2 mannequins, this top exercise in here, where again, we would focus on changing the point. And then maybe a different textured ball where the goalkeeper would receive a ball and clip it in to one of these attackers that are up here. So let's go ahead and have you guys up in that space in there. Let's have a guy central and then 2 wide guys and guys right in behind that. So 2 groups of 3. What we're going to do is go ahead and transition into that. So center backs, you guys are just going to slide out here a little bit. And we're actually going to transition into this last one, okay? So what's going to happen is the ball is going to start with these center backs. So knock the ball into these guys in pink. Just pop back out. Pop back out.
Go higher.
So all the balls into the guys in pink, please. All the balls to the guys in the pink. So what it will look like now, and we know that we've been into this for about 50 minutes, and the details now of changing the point, taking a touch that prepares us to play anywhere in the field. Let's have you guys just go back just a little bit deeper inside that goal off. So here's what it will look like. I'll receive a ball from here. If you guys can go just 3 yards higher, the guys on the ball. So here's what it'll look like. You'll play into me. I'll receive here. I'll scan early. I'll take a touch there. I'll receive it back. And now I've got the option to play any one of these 3 guys in here. Right? So asking you guys to maybe play with a little bit more texture, to think about the weight of your pass. I can drive something in. I can clip something in. Right? And this may be scouting based, something we're looking for, or something we're looking to add to the repertoire. So add pieces in here. What's going to happen as soon as that ball is clipped in is one defender is going to join in. So let's just have you guys be the line that goes and defends this first cycle. Second cycle, we'll flip it, right? So from here to here, back into me, and then we're going to find one of these high guys. When you guys receive this ball.
Start behind. Start behind. You start in the middle.
You guys have to play into the 9, right? So playing into this guy, and then we can combine off of them however we want. Okay? You got a recovering defender in here, but it's got to come in here and then out. Okay? We good? So ball starts wide. So it'll be this line going in and defending. Yeah? All set? Yep, let's play. Let's have some personality. Open up. Scan here. Scan here before you receive.
Yep.
Good.
Play the 9.
Got to play into the 9.
Good.
Yep. Go ahead and defend. No, just one defender.
Only
just
one defender.
3 versus 1 to start. And let's get to goal quickly, guys. It's 3 versus 1 and you're 15 yards away.
So as Tim just mentioned, guys, the 4 of you, the attacking players, 2 or 3 passes, we should be able to get a shot off, okay? So play into the 9. Once the ball's playing the 9, okay? Play a ball out here, please. Yep, play a ball here. So as you play into me, good, play the ball into me. I could turn and shoot myself, or I could play back to you, third man running. We can get a shot off that way. But let's have a quick combination to get a shot on goal as quickly as we can. Don't rush it, but as quickly as we can. Yep.
So coaches in the room, this is an exercise. Let's say we maybe want to go out. You guys can play. Go ahead and play. I'm just going to talk through them. Yep, go ahead and play. This is maybe an exercise you could do if some guys want to go out early. Right, maybe you get a couple of, nope, you play high, right? You play high, right? Get focused on the exercise. 50 minutes in, you should be more switched on. Here we go. So this is an exercise that maybe you could do if you want to work on quick combinations around the top of the box.
Okay, first off, guys, my guy's defending. What's your name, son? I'm sorry? Okay, well, as you transition, it's a sprint. You're one defender. They need you. Hey, as he transitions, you should start communicating with your one defender what you want. Okay? So everybody here, let's have a little bit of urgency, okay?
So talking about transition moments, what our priorities are. Obviously, we need pressure on the ball. Yep, find your target. And now you organize,
Good.
right? Now you organize.
And
now
play.
you organize.
Good. Good.
Go.
So play it, play it, play it. Good. Just
So
for the
freeze
sake of
real
the
quick.
session, just play
Freeze real
those.
quick.
If it's off the grid, just play it as quickly as we can.
So just a coaching point we might look at there when this ball was in the wide space is where's the more dangerous ball? If there's a guy in this location here, maybe he can be
Next
a
ball.
little bit more safe.
Next ball.
If he feels like his defender has good pressure in here.
Good.
And he doesn't have so much ground to cover when that ball is cut back.
All right. Next ball.
Go ahead,
Next ball.
We're live. Let's be ready to transition a little earlier.
So another cue, if the number 9, remember, if he turns inside or is able to turn without pressure, what does that mean for your vertical positioning? Yeah, you gotta drop a little deeper. So if I receive it and turn and there's not a defender blocking me, surely you gotta steal some yards backwards, okay? So you can't stay in that same position so high, okay?
Organize, organize, organize. Right? Need pressure on the ball. So what do you think about that? Got to get pressure on the ball, right? Did he sense your urgency? How far away from goal is he? 18 yards are in, right? Let's have a bit more urgency to get pressure on the ball.
Okay, next ball, next ball.
Do you know his name? Right? So let's make sure we add a name to it, right? Let's be really specific, right?
Good.
And then what the command is, right? So what's his name?
Yeah, play it.
What's his name?
Good finish.
Dino.
Hats off to that one.
So you can add a communication piece into this. Obviously, what I'm telling these guys is to be more specific with their communication. Add a name to it. Add a command to it, because we're going to add another defender here.
Yeah, it's live, it's live.
It's okay, let's add a name, right? Because we're going to add multiple defenders. Let's make sure we add a name first, right? I say step in an environment. Maybe one guy steps, maybe 0 guys step because they think another guy's stepping, or maybe 2 guys step. Add a name.
So at that point, if the ball's played into, first off, guys, we are playing offsides here, okay? We're all playing offsides here, so the defender's a little higher. Attacking players don't go beyond that space, okay? We will play offsides. But if the ball's played into him, and I'm able to turn here, what should you probably have to do in this position? You gotta close. You gotta close, okay? So if you stay too deep there, he's gonna pick wherever he wants to go. So at that point, you have to close.
So we're obviously conditioning
Next ball.
this game here where we're saying this is the restraining line. So now not only does the goalkeeper have to deal with applying pressure to this ball, but then he's got to be able to both deal with a shot-stopping opportunity, right, or potentially a little slip pass that's going to come in here.
Good.
If we condition that that's the restraining line.
Okay, what we can do here is add a second defender as well. So if we progress here, now a defender from both sides tucks in. Now we create a 4v2.
All right, so both defenders that were active. Now you both go. Yep. Yep, higher, 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 higher. Guys, 18 yards from goal, go ahead and get higher, put pressure on the ball. All right, we're looking to create conditions where they've got to deal with little slips, dealing with traffic. Name, 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 name. Name, command. Has he eliminated the defender? Right, so with his touch, when he takes that separating touch away from the defender, what's coming next? A shot, right? So where were you? A little bit deeper, right? And now creating this pocket for him. So maybe if he can come a little bit higher, right? Coming in here. So now again, guys, going back to some of the things we talked about early. And why am I asking you to talk? Why did you have a challenge with giving information? It happens pretty fast, doesn't it? Right? So that's why we're asking these guys to play really, really quickly. Because their ability on the weekend to be able to transfer communication and information is only going to happen if we practice it here. Right? So even if you feel like it's going to come a little bit late, I still want you to say it. Right? Yeah, play here.
All right, a couple more reps here.
And I want you to communicate and add a name once you play in here. Right? What's the organization? Still got a shot off the first pass, right?
Yeah, start again, start again. Good.
Name first, name first, name first. Good. So for an idea of information that you could give him, right? So what are the numbers right now? 4 versus 2, right? So that ball travels wide. What's the information there? What can we make this now? Why wide? Perfect. Can we now make a 4 versus 2? Do you like 4 versus 2? Not preferable. Perfect. Do we like 1v1 better? Right? And do we like them going away from goal? Right? So it's our job to make sure that when we find those moments that are advantageous for us and we can flip the scale, right? Let's go ahead and be really, really clear with the communication that we're providing.
Guys, first off, let's give these guys a round of applause, please. So, as we mentioned before, we're more than happy to pass along any slides, or if you go to this slide, good, you have our email account. You can reach out to us at any time, ask us questions. We'll be around after. But the whole idea of the session was to add constant decisions for the goalkeeper. Obviously, we started off with an activation piece that progressed into a handling piece, but the entire time, there was a lot of footwork. There's the entire time, the goalkeeper was receiving it and playing it, receiving it and playing it. So hopefully, we try to replicate the game as much as possible.
Absolutely, right? Everything that we do, we want it to look like when it comes live into this environment, the more they can make that a part of their daily work, the more success they're going to have when they get into these environments and everything's happening really, really fast. All right?
Yeah,
Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks so much.